Fáilte So, nach tá sin gáil de éisteach rís chuig lórtasan sa Gaelg. Tá sin gáil de éisteach rís chuig lórtasaí, lór muchon ram cúsin an sa Gaelg. As tan tagad seo récha leoris Culture Vannin as Raidió Fáilte as tamí gáil de chur an bhílag de Seihll by Raidió Fáilte, so living there fast in the high.
Fast in the high. Virginia don't have her could then catch the show as regard or some Raidió Fáilte. Bain would you catch in Gaeilge could then or was Bain would you catch in Mary could then so we're going to do our part kind of bilingually because we understand there may be a bit of a difficulty understanding everything that we're saying. And Imach was in Tradishoonagh or Ihe Forest in Gaeilge was Freeton's game Co-Whaiyl. Trust game had torch culture counterhead in Arraneyn, counterhead in Ellan, was counterhead or Ellan Yn Chruinnaght Celtic Lanston Slee Neil Co-Whaiyl. August Gaeil in three pobl chan aboard the Gaeil. So the scheme that we're working on is funded by Fáilte Gaeilge through the Co-Whaiyl project, and it's bringing the three language communities of Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of Man together by following the kind of the journey of Co-Whaiyl through our lands and our islands and our countries. August Rachtel and Sean and Kate or couple of Brain Hugmunch Dini the Kayla, Hugmunch Gahalban, Hugmunch Gahalban, was Hugmunch Dini the Kayla Mel first, it was the men Co-Whaiyl in Chin, Nis Louis Hamlena, Hugmunch Courage or an Alban, was the men Co-Whaiyl in Chin, it was Cass and Hugmunch and Seanish, the trio men Co-Whaiyl Chin. So we started when we were running this project. A couple of years ago, we came here to the Isle of Man and we travelled to Scotland as well. And then we brought some of our new friends and our guests back to Belfast where we held our first mini conference where people were able to talk just about some of the work that they do in terms of promoting the language and the culture and the music. Earlier this year, we travelled to Scotland and we held our second mini conference there, and we had different singers and activists for the language and for the culture who spoke there at Watercolour Music Studios at Argur in Lochaber. And we're very pleased to be here in the Isle of Man for the third of our conferences, and this will be followed up by a further fourth one because Belfast will host Oireachtas na Gaeilge this year, which is the biggest gathering of Irish speakers on the island of Ireland. This is only the second time in its history that Belfast has hosted the Oireachtas, and we're really hoping to have a great long weekend out of it. And we're also very pleased that there will be people from the Manx community and people from the Scottish community coming to join us for that as well. So it's Lord Sin Wimsa, Oilam and Kate Cantor of Arraneyn, Nigadu Shinning and Division, or Tiny over Lake, or Hita Shi over, because the Culture Vannin, Ach Kjondor, it was Arraneyn, and a Cartain. So, first person on, she needs no introduction from herself. She was very on Culture Vannin with Yn Chruinnaght and a singer in her own right and everything else. So, we'd like to welcome Ruth, Keggin, Gell to the stage. Good morning.
Faster mai, Miss Ruth, Manninagh Niondúni, as have we gofrach son in Seihll Gastelach, Culture Vannin, and Skeealyn. Tammy have gofrach me in Chruinnaght nearest 10,000 as feet. She Chruinnaght far en, va currit an officier diadi Gaelgach, she lina as feed henya. And she enem Co'Whaiyl. En oily gilgach me, ach te visem de vel mi fivai, some govrach mer slayele, as de greiniche slide de chummelsús yn Chenya ein. Gell fel mi ffleol nish, hedyn si mi gil gydera fami me ben ezed, fami mwys 3 blina as fi ddeish, dra gawi tojach de inzach y Gaelg. Ta mi gold lord mi chion Arraneyn Tradishoonagh Gaelgach diw, as she cwsh fys gansio I daw. She Arraneyn dy fi as gawi tojach de inzach Gaelg nod yn niena liam Arraneyn Gaelgach. As ran mi lal, tegel olien a fachlan de balach, as Lord Gaelg nes, de jarw. Sien yn oed y fel mi machiadw yn siwr diw, Lord Ruth de Gaelg, bwys de Arraneyn Gaelgach. Ta mi fagen, de fel pert de Arraneyn as Gaelgach, sy'r chairmer siwr diw. Ta mi gyndys, hwyd jyn slai siwr, gael tojach de inzach yn genia cyndachris Arraneyn. Smynnu mi, bech fiw Lord Rydbeg, mychion, slair yn sgrwsys Arraneyn Gaelgach. Cwy fadsen, creno ren sgrwsys cio. Cwy fai hwrad na Arraneyn. Slai fai hwrad na Arraneyn hyn, cwysyn as lid, as oren ta Arraneyn Gaelgach gyndysach. Hanel mon y treren, mar sien she whirlwind tour, this on. Cwy hwyr na Arraneyn Tradishoonagh Manninagh. Ec jera yn naiw chyd jeg as tajach yn idw chyd jeg, fa Fáilte de lai, jinwar deilia je ciol as Arraneyn a thia, fain yn jirachan ac hun. Yn sostan, fa slai gylresh Ralph Vaughan Williams, as George Butchereth, Golmigate Cheer, Chimsach Arraneyn as Ciol. Ons na lech yn sien, van rank as of men, fi niartel as puro, as ran slai giri gulbach das rudden va benten rische cheer, rudden niau cramp, erach rudbeg romansach, as soel vai stu nor enscharach. Hagar yn rudchern ons mannen, yes. Ec jera yn naiw chyd jeg, hai dunya enmysit diwn a cleg, my geet cheer as na Belgian, sgrwsys Arraneyn as Karen hwre vai slai. Fe der wunya nies enmysit na brerachan Gell, W.H. Gell as a frw J.F. Gell. As hwr adsen bram Arraneyn as ciol, ed a hoch chyd jeg ciafid as gweg as hoch chyd jeg ciafid as hoch jeg. Yn Syrynys, deg na brerach yn sio na smw ciol sgrwyd na diwn y gleg na A.W. Moore. Na lech yn siwr, adach y gred fel sy'n smwniacht yn cleg as Moore hojach, yn ôl dyren diwn y cleg cyr ciol as Arraneyn ons the Journal of the Folk Song Society, as ren A.W. Moore cyr math liwr emysit Manx ballads and songs. Ach, ta mi lal lor nies, my chion nen jebe eini, Sophia Morrison. Gerde fel sy'n smwniach o'r mar yn fen ren sgrw Skeealyn Culture Vannin, hai Sophia Morrison begeert yn yr nies, as ren ish sgrw sy's cio. Spas da chi nach fel recortus yn o'n fai y lech yn chen. Ach, hwg Sophia Morrison, as Alton yn Elia Jane, Cheshire Gaelgach, ar gynnu chen. Chioni ad graen recortus, o'n snaithid jeg, gael melesial, yn snaithid jeg as chweg, as renad gulmageert yn Ellan, gynnu recortus yn, resmwys 3 blina. Gynnu yma J. Rolian Cerach. Dymecha, fy gil gynt yn y Rolian Cerach. Matrys yw lal fedyn mat, tlwy yma llwn siaw, adach siw gicyn chen yn Ymera, YouTube. Wys dy Manninagh, tasyn ffos eifol gicyn ciol fy sgrwyd sys, ach son sigaras te dwli smwniacht yn nacht brenni sino. Ymyd I Blinton, na samna, hai mwyn y Douglas na gyd, as yr enesh cos da ciol, yes, ach tam I lalord son chwyd snw, na chion yn naiw chyd jeg, as tojach yn idw chyd jeg. Nish, slai fai hwrad na Arraneyn. Van y brerach yn Gell, fi fai son sgrwsys na bwl, red hwrad Karen as Arraneyn. Han y sien, renad sgrwsys na henman, as the Mennick, Asian na Arraneyn as Kjoladryn. Rhan yn ffyr ie diwn y cleg, sgrw sy'n na henmyn a chanel sy'n ledyn siga cwn rhan ei golmygiad ffer'n ciol Tradishoonagh Manninagh, yn ôl nach rawe cliachta sgrw sy'n deityn. At y ffysain, bydd yn Gaeil ys der ffysoon ieg as feed, as chwr ei ciol as y rennen fai slaif a mws jai blin o'r feed dy slaif a mws ciefi blin beish. Ger dy dŵrt sy'n ffai Morrison, dy renni chimsach ciol as y rennen fai hysteren, trawderen, a slair yn becha cwl yn ieist. Dy ffysain nies, dyr yn slaif cymol sy'n cheer as yn snafalgin. Cwnt y siwr, di bachtel dy fodwch y Keggin yn Tradishoonagh yn sy'n hynod yn cheeren as baljach na nies. Rennen jyn y hyrenadr yn bion da diwn y cleg, becha sws y red fai mych hwmol hyn, sy'n tobym Kermode yn enffer. Manach fel ffystiaw, fel bwydol yn ffar Ellan je tobym Kermode fwys Bardaght, as fe na chian sianer da Nigel Kermode, yn dynia blesh paibi glas yn sbal cilion, rosyn o'na to nish. Fe rwgyd ons hoch hidieg cweg ysfyd as dobrie mar yister, gerd yr awe ffegit dol, lygd yn frec wŵr to syndre smallpox, ginwer trefau na yelia beg. Fe tobym na chian wynia, tre hwg diwn y cleg, silia imedicaten. As geisdiach rys na caren as a rennen ega. Dwyd diwn y cleg. Fe eignat dy ynu imedjyn na cleisyn ega ons inid jyn y hwlen ega. Fe chwniacht yn yndasach mai ega, as fe mai dy chioliach, as fe en ega yn chlef yn fananach fi fai. Tan chwyd smw jyn y ffochlyn as a renend emps goet chys fain chioliach ega. Fel len twste ega as to misliachten liender, sonnen twste te a chwrdaw bein y Manninagh ons tosach yn neu hyd ieg blaen. As to sien fwy cwniachten Manninagh biorys diwn y chleg. Smynnu ni dy byr hei ffiw geisdach rys pyrt dy rennen fai tobym Kermode. Ach, hynel recortus yn rhaeredyn. Ach, ta sy'n dy ffys ein dy dŵr diwn y cleg yr en y gulgish grai ffolza fai. Ta yn yr en yn Tradishoonagh Manninagh, sgrwyd mychol ram cwysyn. Grai, col, y chyn, y cheer, scabam, joch, rwydyn tasyn ffos higol diw, as chynnen jyn y hor yn slaclien geisdiachrish as Gaeil na hyren yn siwr, yr iawn. Ach, saith yn fel gre, dy fel ei jyn coridyn, tret am ei ffag yn ffoclym son yr en, as hynel car yn on, as car yn lesh taipl yn yndasach, golrish tref am ei eg as ledge, as hynel ffoclym rygern. Tret am iau, ronsach sgrwyd, liorish, Dr. Vanilla Basin, te deacon the right pert the hymsidren, cur scanch smw y tenia ein, as pert elia y hiol, as na kieten had dugard yn gisdiaw rachelia. Hammersen, van elien fi grawie yn treshen, as yr iam the nation o'r nach fel mona y rennen trulli, as a wen rachedden, chaw mwy jen haini stiach ar bwach. Foddi nach rawd sgrwyd chys a foddi nach yn fel yw giglen ans na bwl caart. Ta mi chlásyn fel ram y ren yn drwli as a wen ans cheerach yn elia, as hynal mi crediol dy rai mannen na smw crewi na cheerach yn elia ag y dreshen. Mytas i'r lath yn matol i mychion y ren yn gilgach, to ram rwydyn sgrwyd liorish Dr. Vanilla Basin, RBV, Stephen Miller, RBV, as Professor George Roderick. Blackian Lord Tully mychion y ren a hynny ole mi as hynel tref am nish. Gernach fel mon y recortus yn Rhaeredyn, jes lai gos na lech yn sien gwael y ren. Oeddech chi gred, fel sy'n eibl fe lwbach fe liesh y ren yn Manninagh. Tá mi trolt is tíirech an eile, gulris Nerin as Nalban, as tan tradiisiúnan arenas an sean fíneartal. Siendas ach adachugra de fel slú sersnes ans tradiisiúnan roier. Na lechan seo, tá posanan ceolaí ón gulris clasfua, bisci breist as a Raidió an eile. Tá Kermode Arraneyn Gaelgach ans Yn Chruinnaght as tá dinu siga de fel an Tradishoonagh smú Fáilte as a Neddy de bheith cún as dúnt. Tra tá sin ginsacha Arraneyn, tá sin cosna pigol as coniacht an tullia Fáilte as gramadas. De bíach sin géisteach ris Seihll Kemmyrk, nán gin a lotas I dúchasach, adach sin clastan de Raidió coniacht an ram Fáilte vai hindan as a lid. Nacht seo, tá sin fagan de na gra dhéantasach Arraneyn som biseacha an chruinnacht an. Fod I Arraneyn cúnalian de higel as de dhéanú ceangla eda singen as an sinnachas ein, as an tenne hí. Tá Arraneyn Tradishoonagh fís gantrol, nó nach fel monotext an eile fos na sean lechan nach fel crawi. Son san ple, na tá si géisteach ris na Fáilte na Crífóneachta, na Fáilte na Tríster an Bachta, tá si able fedden mach na chun Skeealyn hag a blintan de henia. Tá sin able cos na fiserí, ma chun na lechan sedan as an slaivol an Rome. An san nacht seo, tre tá sin goil as géisteach ris Arraneyn Gaelgach, tá sin genachtan na sniada an Gaelg nies. Tá na Arraneyn Rostanach, as lidach sin smoniachtan Arraneyn Gaelgach mar 8 dhéandasach de Edinmach as bheith graiach a bhilg. Tá sin fí Gaeil de fel Arraneyn as ceoladaran dhéandasach gomris Kissack, Carswell, na lechan seo as ramslai eile, as tá cur a chosach Arraneyn Vannin. Gyda mai mwy as yn geisiach.
Gyda mai Ruth as yn chains sy'n agos yn geirgas un doctor sy'n tradition Arraneyn na Gaelg un doctor fad. Fasta mai, di Harja is Mr. Paul. My name's Paul. Mr. and Shaw Lamahoglakia o Raidió Fáilte. I'm here with my colleagues from Raidió Fáilte Mel Ferriste. Station Radio Gaelig and Tain Station Radio Land Gaelig in Seihll, Marajamwich. We're the only fully Irish language station in what we call the 6 counties. I guess Martin Tegamage on Tawacht. Le Creeldracht, Gaeil, Pobl na Changa. We understand the importance of broadcasting being at the centre of the language community. Hashi Raidió Fáilte sheared in Snahachtaji, mar station Jeremiah Raidió. We started as what we would call a pre-legal radio station, and that it took the law a few years to catch up with us. For which Cadanas figured o Ofcom. On Real Tour Britannach in St. Leon Abbey, so we got our official license in 2006 from the British regulator Ofcom. Shinane Leon is fake in there, and after 21 years on the air. Hashing Virginia Margal Guru Aspa Guru Barna in Sin Fubble. There was a lack of within our community. We had a full community of Irish speakers in the 6 counties and no radio service. Shannon Farr Hashing Majamach. August V Higmid and Tawacht to be on Lishin Changa as Skapu. Mar Tan Pobble on Neil and Pobble Egoni and Sinian Ach a wine. Being which Scapa, Fod na Hacha, Fod na Condiha, Fod na Chira. August Margallerson being Sherry Cossel, Leishan Mine, Leishan Value, Inda Tawatoch, Leishan Publishing, of course, the Keggin. So these kind of services in the media are very important for bringing a community together that is often geographically spread around the place. Urin Arishin, to Lucher Ordem, Fáilte Fáilte a chur in Chead Country Ellan. On that note, it is my great pleasure to welcome our next speaker, Gaeil Lord Lynn for Chríochtacht Gaelg about Manx. He's going to speak to us on Manx broadcasting. Sin Bob Carswell atá an Chríochtar le Raidió Vannin agus is dócha daine will take by the one is definitely or the top of care sin atá an seo ar Ellan Vannin. So somebody who I'm sure has a far deeper understanding than myself about the importance of that kind of broadcasting here on the Arraneyn. So Gaeil were lábhar le chéile le bhfuil agus Fáilte Fáilte with Bob Carswell.
Well, first the my view was, Yn Gaelg Raidió Vannin. Well, hi, from my geistach Raidió Fáilte, first the Jew. As Remy Klaasjen Breeshey vi låt mig Yn Gaelg, ons put ni hinge. As vi grei devel put the light regere first the Jedain, ons een thai ben as tasje låt. Bit de Gaelg na maastoksen. As van my smonin negatreis en henke de we spots de lia. En eerder de geer was een goldtuigd en het was een tigre. Joris, treva me ik. Breeshey heen. We lopen me gaan treva ik. Als van my spot Chandra Chine ons mannen. Nach instel na Tammy na Vami, ach instel na Tammy. As van my smonin wel Tammy en zo de loop me gaan Gaelg Raidió Vannin. Well, funny the wel shen en bol de goldtuigd. Ken ton nish. As ligt een gold truden schachten. As Amsterdam Jimmuch goldtuigd Jaloon. As fast the Jaloon te Clare Golo Jaloon eder een BBC is Raidió Vannin. De BBC Corrugits jaag on. As de Raidió Vannin Arreltach de Chor een Moggle AM de Shen de Grey Monige Moods. De zijn een goal niet les. Dat is een lot nog jouw FM als AM. Want er zijn monniken menkit als monniken moet. Zo MM. Dat is een culture zijn als they are in grey en Clettenred. En ze weten monniken moet. Ik Raidió Vannin dat Gina Wibbit Jay. Als me zo verhaaldach de liga dan Gina Wibbit Jay Moggle zijn. De Gina Wibbit Clare show. Vigent at the BBC as Raidió Vannin, as the Mischief and Clash, and they just begging the Sloona Oor, as Tammy Jirun and Nyafton, Tashin Jin and Nyafton, as Lord Michon and Acht Henk Ridden the Bay, Sir Achtad, as the General Seihll, as Tonight there in Raidió Vannin to go back that Lothrish slide, that Lothrish politicare was only my son. As my so to recorders and gin dog. As Tommy Gin Image Johnson, yes. Ach Tommy Gunn and Druid, as the minute to Phil go on my sample the Lothrish politicare and as to Colortus Ocrish quite minute, jai minute, cray BT. Ach Tommy Skull Trude Shen as Tommy Garashi say, gus liever the fish. Skeealyn, as Rosh Mwishin Klaasjen, not to sly Shaw Grace a Burl, Tammy Jindu Chinde Seihll, we saw Tashin Fernmark, Seihll, created Bund of Hoos that Chite, as Tashin Klaasjen, Bitbeg, the Verl, as only Kujak on St. Clair, on St. Louis Shaw, Tamush. Jai minute the world reclasion. Maar zijn zo'n goed smooth, de shen jai minute is died, Jane Gell te reclasion, ons en Claire shen. Te Claire Elliot Gael Jedain, faste Jedain, as the shen enmessage Seihll. Henk shen was dergle of a courage Kujach, keep the out of a Claire enmessage Tredalur, Remy Chimshul and Ennen. As van Claire shen, we jint de hengach. Claire hengach van, as vashin lot me gewoon kush, as de nacht verwist je away, van mi grey, der reis, Gaelg, as esh, van mi grey en unrid, en der reis en Seihll, as esh van mi jin wimmer jay, der reis Seihll, as esh, shen Seihll, as vi go through to Claire got a shen. But shen was Kermode, so was shen Shachman and Delier, Jane Gill reclash on Sir Claire shen. As for Claire Elliot, goal like a trash, and we gaan kuschen, kochonaltrish ronzige, culture, a Culture Vannin, as we shen in the learning curve, as we shen merish ren Ruth chite, Dr. Vanilla Basin, as Fierahol, Hugged and Derclair shen Kujach and Claire Yeur, Yeur, as Henk shen de Bay Tre de Lure, as Muso Nish, Tamish Ginaway, als Pert, as to Fiona McCardle, Chitschach, as to Marilyn Crellin, Ginaway, as Rosh and Shelley Amster, Adrian Kane, as David Fisher, Gino Bitbeg, and Claire and Shen. As we saw the Shen, well, Lizareve, Schach, minute de Gaelg, Reclaschen, onze Claire Shen, ach, I amster wel in de Sloene Shen, as Shen, the foil arms, Gameleshel. Jehania Rish, faster Jehania, to Claire Jint, Ether and BBC as Raidió Vannin. Renegod Tyert, and was it James Jehania, Erno Dravigol Chapel, Egg James O'Meara, as Tre Narau James able to go there, as Claire Shen. Fashion Co-Whaiyl, the Ren James Kinnery, Stiach the in a way, so Renshin Tanach, the less James Jehania, Erno Drau James Elliot. Fashion getting Keirty, the hit Stiach Marish as the roll through, as Fairjousen with Chit the Manic with Daniel Quayle, as Fiera, Tre Narau James Kinnery able to, Claire, Henk Daniel Quayle Stiach as Deshin, Ach, Daniel Quayle, James Jehania. Harawi the Bollock card, as we saw Henkshen the way Kjola's Kush, as Leshen Kush, the cushion, Oli Kujak, Aliams the Welchen, Erin the Vel, Femblele, Nasambi the Host Jack of the podcasting. The Shen chit the way mush feed minute the Gael Guns and Claire Shen, the Claire Gull Rish Mushua, as to feed minutes the Gael is the Kjol Ederock. We saw the Shen Ferrelli, as Estas in Chitkus Jaduni. As faster than Dooney, to Phil Gorn, Jenu De Ur, J. Claire, and Mrs. Golders Gagan. Renegod Tyach on Savora, as they Mrs. Mora Jaduni, as Egetre Shen, the Andy Wind, Marish, Brian Maxstall, the Brian Maxstall, Chits Jachon, as for Brian Domenic, Jenu J. Pert, J. Skeealyn, the Scootdegger, Dunverus and Tudor Falla, the Shen Fairjousen, as Rennie Chindeas, J. Tomato Kane, as Skeealyn Elia, as Masaw, an Achvig of Shen, the Yaimach, Nova Scootdegger, Seihll, as Esfig Chindeas, Erin Son. Son Sly, Narrow Able, as Onsta Clare and Shaw, Aliams the Valley, Jint, Musen, Novell Sly, Genachten, Courage Machas, Henelshin Duna Machad, Tashin Co Quirar, the Hitschach Meren, as the higher Jane Gell, for the Novella Tiggle, ach just the higher Jay, Chit the way all Lachrish, as Onsta Shanley and Ons Manning, as Henelli. Died playing at anybody. Trevor Gold's Jackals, the tie and horses for Lord Gilk. The sly chit the way fee hurry is for chit is grey. Crenach how Lawton Bardaght Shen as for fee hurry her out son of Gilga Horaby. The Shen a chinde the bollocks in Shawliam. As Tommy Lenshigger the well and Gil ve Hobachtel and radio. Look, Gullus Gagan and Dunach. Tamishchin Clairish Ur, as the Shen Goisjach, Snice of Earl, Snice of Gaelg, Egetrate on Tammy, Ginu Chindays, J. Skeealyn the Bread and Grims or Arraneyn, Tashna Ginu Co-Whaiyl, Tashna Ginu Animal Farms, Ridden Elia Gurishen. But so they just fed and ridden the Yinus of Gael, the Manic Tammy, Lord Machon, Shanachis, Shanoliachis, or Olimasen. The Shen. Reached that Tommy Femble Shen's on podcast as the chit mark the valley was jai minute the Gaelg Seihll Shen. So Remy Screw she say as Taya Sam as Tej Ruded and this Remy Kunta Susolja the minute and the Gael to a clash and Raidió Vannin this after Tej Ruded and this is Tayonson Forgamer Scummer. Ten rid sgan Shaw de vel en Gaelg reclaschen Raidió Vannin as te regente en trailers day at de goede ver as te ons achten gera as mae fo mi greu, ta sy'n co-Whaiyl slai, dy eisdiach rys, dy fe olach rys, as dy saich y jeg, dy haich y jeg yn Gaelg. Sien dat gol ag y tre to, Chruinnaght henk yn Gell dy fe Raidió Vannin. Wel sien cwnt y trodd yn fy niadl ons cwsna Gaelgers, fy sien dwlis y caracha. Ren Raidió Vannin fe cwrdd bwns y blaen, naich I jeg 3 feet as care. A chrawi der sé blin yn y sandi, ba fi gina ge hennachus yn Seihll Hilgach, as fy sgriwen y jit stiach was dwlis y caracha. Dy eiricha, der rhaid cyd y reiged yn ege was Raidió Vannin, dy gynnu bulletin na naechtyn, as fy sien jadwni, just o'n chyd sy tiachtyn, rys 5 minute, as van chyd henk yn chyd sien yn chyd van Gaelg a Raidió Vannin, Jadwni yn chydle jeg, Jerafawr, naich jeg, jai, 3 feeders jai. As a sien yn chyd bulletin, hanel I dy bolach sig quad dy bulletin vagint eg dwris y carach hun. Ach na san I tre heg mischte fe alta bing yn Seihll Hilgach dies. Pert Jane Arraneyn dach mi, fy sien dy reich y Seihll, as fy sien reich y slai, dy golgus Raidió Vannin, as dy un o recorders son bulletin de nacht in sien. As nôd rami y fein fod braich ti'n rami arallach di un o sien as from I greu, wel, elmi sydd yn llawn dyn o'n nacht yn y chor ar fi. As mas o ofod, fra greu, sen maid o just dyn o'n rydyn achs y Gaelg I sien maid o. As mas o, fe gwrys smwnion yn le ac yn credu. As fa mi dyn o'n rydyn ag as eich rymmi sgriw rydyn as henk pai, mae fen ber yn bys yn ysgyn dyn o'n sien. Mae calot as edrych yn sen maid o. As eich, fa mi smwnion wel creif oedd yn dyn o'n nish. As fa mi smwnion wel smaid am dy gwn show. As Remy got tired dyn nhw sketching as the goon show. Just sketch as Remy dyn nhw yn y Careyn. As course Jack Sheehan. As Symmes nish Chruinnaght. Fa mi dyn nhw cassette. Henk macht draw een cassette voor Emers's en Bielag. Wat mij de son Gino with Jay and recorders Raidió Vannin. Maar zo van mi Gino with onze time as van mi Corshengus Raidió Vannin. As met Gino with Jay. As keer draw led van mi smulling wel van sketch show we go there en dus van mi smulling wel quick minute. Tegen chit de way na stuur en shen as rem mi shira lestial van mi co-lestial de Mike Percival with Gino and Claire Savora getration. As we go oh they might allo onze log te lawel keru as we saw van mi smulling wel na vis keru lawit niemagina. Keru as ren mi go tired escrew rhythm sliora as for yera hall for me Gino source the goon show Bishan Move as for Mr. Sen for Pie Sen Coroner's Crystal Jerry as David Fisher as for Goldsooskers Raidió Vannin as Gino as for me skew all the scripted shows called Macher as for me call script gus Wally McAvoy Wally Roughcut McAvoy Moffitt Grace as Reshmont and Chamber Elia as we cost Jack Kjol as Sheehan and Quirk as William said as we grey draw able the higher and script Erno draw Olach Rish and Charmaine as a Cronquillion dach blame as we saw be able the you know Shen as we saw the show Shen and after we go tired Gino Clare and Source the Clare and some Raidió Vannin the Shen bonus Jive Leaners died then dear Vanny Ange be Shen Move ach signed out co tribute na raw Shen ach tre van NMMs and Seihll tre an Ellie of a sly goal as for Gino Bulletin and na naechtyn, rys quite minute, Shen maid allo. As for Shen and Cwg Smooje, but miss just Gino me for the dach she me for Gurish Shen. Ach henk Shen gus Jera, tre high dwlish a caracha, the gofracha de Raidió Vannin, as for Shen sublay naichi jeg, 3 feet as shach jeg. As high good the gofracha sen, as we rechit the bech eschen, Grenade slide de Chonige Seihll for Shen and Overegger. Ach, we Gino, we reckon the bear Claire Gintegger, as Rennie Cornenham Clare Gael as we Ulius the Gaelg, as we Ur, as we Aegis Arm, as for Dúilse Carrach Co-Whaiyl Gilgair Nelly, the Volga said as Huggy Quirarum, as Jaime Sus, as Humi Mach, Narau Dúilse Carrach given a desk, was Roger Watterson, as Antibi, Humi Quiraeli as Jaime Nachiad, as we grey, well, Hanel Roger Lal Chitschach, Dachschacht, and Erlon, Novella in the Gilgair, had take just to send the him in a desk. Rauw mis Arreltach, de Hinzige Nacht, de him in a desk. Catalo, Dimchen, as me saw, look, de Roger, Jean, she's Hersh Skeealyn, Rish, Dechiad, Rennie Gaeil, as the mission sen, Merish Dúilse Carrach, and we misbreak in Kjol, as we Dúilse Carrach, as we enabled the Lord, Raidió, no, the Rau Gilgamus. As Vami sen, as for Kjol Reikitem, as Vami Furchten, as Henk Dúilse Carrach is Stiachon. As we saw when we faggot to send on some terran for perfect all and catalo, a harrow veg record them the grey, harrow me gin durlo with horror be. As whom me chachterach was do, shall I'm still chingen here, shen, ach vi grey, the rawi hurtruch, lesh and fall yorega, the rawi son chitstach, ristach, so rawi maidalo, Ramish maidalo, the Gaeil and Clare, Malummagan, maidalo. Egetration. For Raidió Vannin rek a schedule a liaison and Taura, as tre henken Taura, ve bólagus bóla, kjol pop, as we said olju. Olju in the Clare and Ellan scriddage mach. As me saw henk Clare Gaelgus and Jera. As tre rennig gold tayak ristach on Sunjauer, ve Dúilse Carrach chitstach on ristach, Merish Charles Guard, as we reckon to be a Clare hengach. And Tradishoonagh. As for Dúilse folks Co-Whaiyl, Slime Gilgair and the Kissack, as for Quirarum Ristach, as Jaime Stiachon, as the Yamsner Hour was Queg and the Shea Clare and the Raidió, Dúilse as Charles and Tradishoonagh. Ach for Grey, a Yamsner Hour Dúilse folks, Tarucher and Fogorega, as her Charles God, Lal, Cow, Ur, Aegis Arm, Unnaneyssit, as me saw Rennet Breacht, Orm Rami Arreltach, die Yn Clare, Onsenach, Hengach Shen, well, Catalo, as me saw Tammy Raidió, Clare Gael, Onsenach, Hengach, Rish, well, that's your name, Bonus, Jai Blinas died, Chit the way, and she been well. We saw Shenanacht Henken Hill the way, Raidió Vannin, as just Jean Arashnish, just Jean back, Smolin Tommy Lennon Sugar the Bear, Dúilse Carrach Heen, Jint Mach, Fagan de Vel, Quishgilg Gull, Raidió Vannin. As Raidió Vannin Heen, signed out grey, son Raidió Vannin Heen. Custa Blinton Henna, Feisnade in the Hampshire, ons Runesby, ons New Hampshire, as Runesby. As Dach Mara, we chit Unnaneyssit, as we grey, Moramai, as we send Brian Ray, as Erno de Vel, Chwilin de Lai, Geestiach is de Unnaneyssit, Egin Tradishoonagh on Savora, as for Pech Enyach, Chit, as we grey, Moramai, as for Sly Lord Machan Shen, as they read, Henke de Red Scanshoil, as Ren Raidió Vannin Tickle, the Raushen, Vad able the and son heen, as me saw Nish, Renegol Tayak, Clare and Grey, Moramai, Fastamai. Ach, how's the Gurish Stashu and Ellan kill top goal? Ach, the Railtach, the Bulletin, the Nacht and Reclashen, as how's that Lord Machan, Raidió Vannin goal, Skeealyn Mark, which AM as FM as Linia as Dab as Ulium as Sen. As Esther Grey, Onser Hill, Tad Grey, Shaw Raidió Vannin. As Esther Grey said, Seihll, yes. Ach, Esther Coraren, Tan Chevada Coraren and Naich there, as the Cornenem, as the Grey Moramai, the Fastamai, as the Naich there, Colfrega, the Grey Moramai, Fastamai. Henella Jinu ons ach Fachedach. Hanelad chita, hanelad cor or, as hanelad cor lestio, as te just rid Cajun, Ledden Cajun, as Shenanach the Inaway, as Shenanach to slide chit the Hayach Jane Guild, the Valley Ulimagi to move, as te Raclashen, ma rid Cajun Surveyor, as the Shenanach Amstelville, well, to Raidió Vannin Tickle Shen, as Tommy Jit Mach and Tommy Ledden Sugar, to be Dúlis Carrick, Jit Mach, Eganach, tan Raidió Vannin Chruinnaght Gaelg, as an act and Gaelg, Chruinnaght Raidió Vannin. Good morning.
Ringo sí dat jasper tú gun shown sin Virginia Cancer Spike Mulligan agus lac kidness again there for she was there's grief Shane Yellige there me remember watching there me remember watching when Spike Mulligan died as next you mentioned Guncho his gravestone had written in Irish I told you I was ill agus Ringo sin í dat jazz vi sin the symbol Mark Hench agus she never kinder really attached a crystal and sure Gaeil was really one was like all of her now Kershaw channel Norha. We're hearing very clearly that this is a spoken language. We're hearing about radio broadcasts and we've been hearing about the songs, how the language and how all of our Gaelic languages are kind of transmitted and learned. And a stronger show and Kindra Valley is simply the Shiniganu, not region Skeealyn, those in Fáilte. One of the easiest ways to do this through storytelling and poetry. Agus our sin Boyle and Fáilte special the curve the special than shows. Then well I can curve on your le blame go and then I hint them or Ellan or Culture Vannin here and Carney's through here and use more scaly Fáilte. Well area of just I want to ask you all to welcome somebody who's very recognised as a poet herself and a singer who was on the show earlier today as well, and storyteller. It's Tradishoonagh Lord Lady Freen Skeealyn at this village and Annie Kissack. Good morning.
Well, fast am I. As the script the reality was lotus stem. As Talion, the grey Keggin, McCarran, Neddy beg Hamray. Shen the grey Edward Farraga, a rugged and Cranish, ball beg, once a Hashoonyn, Seihll, hot, kid, jag, as tree and once no. We used there, the Unnaneyssit, Gus Cavan, once cock, Sin back as Skeealyn, as tree and Yenachie Gavrika Keggin. Mother Shanna ran Gilgach Grey, she Preven as Skeealyn, she Nun Rail. Hick Ned, the very cummel ons train va Cachley, as Rennie Recausen Jane Veege, on Skeealyn, McCarn a character, as a Chiamagate, as McCarn Vey, my Easter. Screwy ons Gaelg is bell. As een Gaelg zal je gemaakt doen, instead Ian Chinja, treffer burl, girl tajak, the vicious jack, ons boel bij Gorish Cranish, zijn na aan Jane no you Keggin. Little Gilgaran, Gaeil Monas and Donja Shell. En Graham Sly, the prowl the Oker and Chinja, a sly is it was Chira Canal yes. As Henky, the way Kissack men, as Yenachie screwed the men, as Adson screw the rash. For first and hook, McCarran Tradishoonagh and Chinya, Skeealyn, Cleachtagan, come to your jazz. Yn Chruinnaght Dach Rod Manninagh, as Huggy Fregaton down Bullew. Vivi Crow. As Yenachie Chinday Hinden, as Shaman and Script, ons Burl, Gus Gaelg. Rennie Vishunjay Skeealyn Isa, yes. Trevi Shan, Deg and Lochtaya and Ellan, as Ned, the Gael Mary, Gus Derbyshire. red hwyr y fag starta. As o'n sien, ffordd y sŵl fwys yn hyn, sgryned emedi den yn y cian grynish. Fe gyr I fag yn cyn rys, ac yr sien tachat, as hwyr I bes o'n sasta. A chydwr yn y Gaelg bes merch. Renny na smooth yn ynna chi ysmoniwchten, Seihll yn Chruinnaght, son na Sialogan rehit. Nes mysgrwyd am I hun, byddai am greu began mycian yn sgrwyd yr ysegau. Fe dyn tontach cylot ysach, dwch ysach, as eisiau dyn nhw yn y higl aliams. Tan y Skeealyn Tradishoonagh as I contortus yn y fe hun. Ta sy'n clasht yn mycian led ei fe'n fara, as na Keggin fwyfwyr ori, mycian Skeealyn as fersiwn, a began ei can dw, yn sagat a Skeealyn as y Tradishoonagh, as I effyn mycwl ei hun. As ran mycian fe creu yn ysder. A tiw, sio sgil mycian dwnia, fy gwl y falia anmach, Unnaneyssit a Cheshire hwyr the fersiwn, y cronc cwl chrynnish. As hwg ad cwyrde the hit meru, as the fagan na yinderson, far y fagan yn eisiau, as sio pyrgyn yn sgil ons y ffoglan Neddy. So short and donia for Kemmyrk na fashion. Mishen Gaeil cree as high merch and cheshicht gus a lag red family Anderson. As head card is tie fee vua lesh every moor the hamer and on. As for the choya hamer len the Catholic and the African. They ons Devlin as Liverpool do a tea. Ac yn rhaid mi Anderson Honeykeels na herd validyn sien, few the fe cwntet ons Carswell jay Abracon Schleoil na fashion. A farci rhyw yed na roedd yn Ellan y tam. Ac roi sbei a fagan a der a leid yw, dŵt a grish, the rhaid tre der, the Gaelg ys a chol, so the rhaid yn le Breeshey. As around the day was ran said, mush Gaelg is na liarachan. As the row one time uwer, the ve giant sus gus elia. As the rodiki chitrish, the agan na Anderson na drawi of agan and isha. So the imity shaman na drawi vagan. Mishen, enki mag as the tie, as the mora gas sauce. Mishen has a leaken, kren eri harach yn tai. As take yet, hrog yn tai sus yn gus fi gyrish borgel. As hai roi siolia na borgel an elia, gus hai ysul, harish kian vrada. As when he jerwyd the friar cremi, fechi fosl drish. Ac a faci yn tai, as na African yndysach arach. As a gynnych I jerwyded, hawd as fech I bio. Fyr nid na fan ysma dŵr ni, as ons na blaens yn steri ege, Renny screw ram Ronigan, mycian yn Ellan, ac rawi fagan ac ons a aine. Fy tri roedd yn ffys gansio de, yn Ege, yn Ellan ege, as yn Gaelg. Raw na Ronigan ege sgrwt yn sacht letrach na cramp. Tan y rech yn gilw dren, gael hymnen as y ren yn o'r. Na cietan ta began the electricus on, as a liams the fel na ren yn sio uniac, as chit fai yn chri. A sio Manninagh fai, as hwg mi cara, so gymol as lot am, just so, hanner sy'n car Tradishoonagh, just mish, climb a gate, a sio yn gent at Paraghelia. Okay. O fan yn fegin o'n sy'n Allan tan son melish conni golnish lesh again. Tangara con rish leis brazan na summercan, na crincollia colrat leis as frei. O van de fin an bol fan mi rugad, red ciaw mi malek an mareg ag si. Rish yadi o gul an bol fan mi tragad, as blek an na conya vagad me. Na iai fan mi aie the Hollands trek yerud, the hjoller chin as ma helgen and the Gael, and saura the ljouwers and gjouwers a gjerud, ons tjere kanelja the minne grauwel. Na jai en saslish salierneke, me smongen gesmanen vip manek tjende. Van is veget me chul ons tijd aan de karaka, as ons meren men a Gymre. As the Jerry, ready Gymre and all ege, Chruinnaght, as an Chiamagiat Rish, as Rish, ons a vada Keggin. Tan Arraneyn the Mennick Millish, ach, Yn Chruinnaght. Sure run in the Gael, ran me heel screw, a Kermode beg, trevi ons de blaintens jerry, egger on Soston, as team misset Bardaght. Te moler and chie graich, and mule and bilje, Chruinnaght poily, as a tie and dagger scout, ach, sheshertach. Be in jazz, and in the canellion, chicken, Ellan Jew, and frame of lay, livrei a jug garm, as an ashen ciaw mac milgid san McGirt. Jorans Derbyshire, tan John du Cymradania, a straiad vai and showstai mach. Heg gyfers hin sybol fadenach sio. Y Fáilte Casillia a chin Ciadelia, as to cheers Sarsnach Tallunatus gyn or, te sorrel sharu. Edward Farragut, Manx de Farragut, Neddy Cymru, Edmund Corrate, Caroline once Manninagh. The vein a Hellanach, Greta Shen, a grod do agen, Tallianten gus Kraken, and Chendiach. Ta fised fos koi tos, Master na Jordian, ta the Orn Lear. Raidió was us goats a cheer father, ac na Cairton, na Chruinnaght as the whole. They do lowled at the Unnaneyssit, os. Taranagan, Craig and Fiocha Savar, as a Chlaston, the Kemmyrk eds, Jerud na Horn. Ac he a nish, na fell the fen, was paper on. Mashen, signed Mollier and Cheer Graich, as Gin a Rish as Rish, Moll and Mule and Belgian, as the Carnan Shan Chruinnaght. Mashen, go on.
Gur mai go Danny as sin bhí sin hintach ar fad. So tá muid ag teacht héag Jerry and the Machta Shaw and Nish Harja. We're drawn towards the end of this event tá Culture Vannin agin nacht agus Breeshey an sin a bhí mé géisteach leis na cainsin sin gofuil cinneal chéime ag teacht amach as na cainse ar bhealach Master of Nadartha. There seems to be sort of a theme naturally emerging from the talks we've had tonight. In one way or another, the Gael sin for tradition na Arraneyn, from Creeldracht, that was in Hummerside, from Skeealyn. We heard a little about the tradition of singing, and of the media, broadcasting and communication, and also with Annie's talk there on poetry and storytelling. And Raidió gur rudí seo bhéiríonn nach féidir scáú ón teanga Greithe den culture agus den tail nach féidir scarí ar chuirí ón teanga. These are aspects of our lives that we can't in any way separate from language. An teanga fitte fuaite in sna greithe síl seo. These aspects of life are interwoven with language in a lot of ways, because sin and fa which like in short sin and fa out of on Co-Whaiyl and China Gael or fa. This is why the Gaelic language has survived. We've recognised that there's something about our lives that cannot be separated and we cannot lose, and we lose entirely if we lose our language through them. So Arraneyn ábhar agus Arraneyn téime sin Co-Whaiyl tá an chainstearnach agin inis le Breeshey Kermode. So we'll have our final talk from Breeshey Kermode, who's going to speak to us a little bit about the biosphere of the Isle of Man. And here mar a hardy yn Dolan leis an status sin ail gefigúil ó UNESCO, the first whole country in the world to receive the UNESCO status of a biosphere. Sin mar Ellan nach féidir na bhíon scarú ón teanga atágin na an timpplacht hartóirí teigimiid agus tá ceangal dlúth agus dáscartha agin leis an timpplacht hartóirí fríd an teanga. We have an inseparable link with the environment around us through our language. So tá mé dul mór leis an chain seo sin. So chuimis ar lábhfuil le chéad ur bhain eile den chain seúr dearnach a nach a háirte Breeshey Kermode.
Fasnai as Gurmai Murau, Radio Fáilte as Culture Vannin, son fuera de hit son a Lotus show. As Gaeil leisdó, tá Gaeil Arraneyn lug in Lotus in intersection. As a liam nach being Lotus Co-Whaiyl, had be a jai minute, and should be a fully quick minute. As a Nell show presentation card, say just Bami Cur or Caelia ran Carswell Ellan, Jane Mannin, so Anthony. So Tani Jenu Stu Scanshaw, son and Ellan, as te Fear Scanshaw Hon, Tan Gan Iket, do you know? Hannah Tani te Fear Scanshaw Hon, son ran Oran. So Tanish Gobrach son Kemmyrk Seihll Bio Vannin. Tá sin Tinderas Gaelgach son UNESCO biosphere Isle of Man. Gurmai son sin Culture Vannin. So, Cruinnaght biosphere. Well, tá dachol rud tá bio an sa tail. Ach, tá biosphere reserve Keggin and Carswell. Tá 13 designations by UNESCO. So, fully to be issue Unnaneyssit leis World Heritage Sites, geoparks, as written in the shed. As na Tashuish Becher ons Mannin, slickly developed a clastin in the cure, Kemmyrk Seihll Bio Vannin. As Mannic developed a clastin J, Hanel Shindinu Obafia Vai. So, Tan Bunjay Biosphere Reserve, Bol Alays on Sly, Niger, Culture, Cheng Hui, as written got a shed. Ulen stu Yindasach, as Taman Bul Yindasach de Jaru, as Tashin Co'Whaiyl Aglach. So when their housen as Shadeg, ran an Ellan Gulch Jackson as Cosnet instead as Biosphere Reserve. As Taman an Unzachin Cheer sa Tail, ta Biosphere Fallen, with Tashir Stiggle. So Tan Len Ellan, and Talu as a Hain, RJ, and Ennis, no designation. As Tan Gaelg, as in Culture Vannin, on Ruth and Ennis. Uns Cheer and Elia, leis status biosphere, ta search the Talu Cree, as the Bunus Hocht Keed, Regan, negate tail. Hanel sin able to curse that Railin, as Hanelio the curse that Rudabi. As the ran sly Swinyak de Vele Ulimakion a Chimmeltacht. Ons fairness Hanele, te len scanchol de code the hurt and Chimmeltacht, gin duter B. As Bama Jennings do theirs, expel Olu ons cushion Bentoners in Chimmeltacht. Acta biosphere Jichin et Dacolurud.
as tá sin géirí James stú an san act sé son sly, na dua as veifai. So that that ulia lai ons mannen becha ons biosphere reserve. As to ulia and obba as stu mai to haggart Fáilte Ellan cohort their Kemmyrk Seihll Raidió Vannin. Be obba ons culture, obba Fáilte, obba bentenrish Talmenus, te ulia scantrol as ulia anje in biosphere. Tashin fuerin vierweg ek obba, ta gisjau govriche ons se fuerin biosphere, as tashin sai ons as gen ergid bain retis. Ach, tashin gab dofferke, marish ram colden as corpen gastelach, gorish culture vannin. So, family gre nach being lotro son treru yawa, as te doli deluir de curve fistec sly, we can biosphere ons verl, scummer Jane Gaelg. Up to ram fishery, we can biosphere Arraneyn vocal stumashen, na Bardaght Rudabit Algeri. So nimke kion esho ons brig, ap gavalian gre, to be a blain shop chit, blain scancho son manner. Be a jai blainer, there fashion Keggin instead as biosphere, as nation goes Jack son periodic review. As the Shen Oba Muradinu, ram paperwork, ach nation Kirsch Jack, des UNESCO, Ulian Stu Mai, ta ave Goller as Haggart, ons Ulia and Argent Senelian. As Nish, Nies Malashul be a blain Gaelg, so the Shen Rud Ellis on odd alia of Lane Show Jit. So, Gurmai Mura, son Yeshik Rum, fast Jew, as Mutag Giri Feddenach Rudabi, we can Kemmyrk Celtic Gathering, ta Poucher the fish, biosphere punk IM, no, just bright down, as Gurmai Mura, as Gamal Narashen feel yawa.
Well, gyda mae fan chit as geisiach nach, te fi-fai yn siwr, as gyda mae bwysau o yn y lot to see nies rhywun Gaeil Anna, as I'm just, couldn't feel it.
Well, dear, we has a goal of it, I guess, Ben Seannacht and our culture there. We went to swinging to and well, Ian Ruth, Co-Whaiyl then you're be a rad, and Ian Case, Co-Whaiyl then you're be a her. I want to thank you all first of all for being here and for listening to the great talks that we had there. And I was wondering just if anybody had anything that they wanted to ask or anything that they wanted to say. Matt Howley and Ugo was touching on Arraneyn no Erin in Gaelg or Vishlebe Astri Berlin doing it. If you are going to ask or say anything, would you mind translating it to English for us afterwards? Co-Whaiyl? Yeah, Discussion boiling still just wait us a goal in our country. Annie was Breeshey, I was Bob, I was Ruth, Culture Vannin, Listen Centenary Centre, Yn Chruinnaght, the Culture Vannin, the Gaeil, the Hashoonyn, in Co-Whaiyl Gallant the show. I think everybody in this lovely town and all of those organisations that have helped us are way ahead. Listen for our Tradishoonagh, Jared Breeshey, more of a like of his girl Megaf, the couple of fuckle around.
Yeah, Commissioner's got what I know on last time. I'm going to speak very fast because Shane's going to take the mic off me in a second because I'm about to get serious. Co-Whaiyl, Breeshey, Yn Chruinnaght, Breeshey, the Culture Vannin, Unnaneyssit, the Kissack, the Fáilte, Yn Chruinnaght, thanks to Culture Vannin and to the committee of Yn Chruinnaght. Liv shots of Unnaneyssit, thanks to yourselves for being here. I guess we have the much hell man as an actor for which thanks very much to the people of the Ellan for the lovely welcome we've got. Taking which Gaeil on Bardaght agus an Santas is tal an Arraneyn agus an Arraneyn sin achas a dagan ar Raidió. Cé Virginia gan Arraneyn, Gell, Edrialin, Virginia, O Neddy Hartarine, Gan, Seihll, what are we? Who are we without our languages and our culture? What separates us from everyone around us? Tan fragrance and Toshin. The answer's in that silence. Nothing. To sort of look at digging shiv and how to tell and what that's Jenny and Shaw. I hope you understand the importance the rest of what you're doing here. When you preserve and speak your language and when you celebrate it together like this. And it's very important and beautiful for us as Gael to come here and do that with you. So just Buíochas Dearnach, Liv Ashin, and just want to finish with one last thing, I suppose, that sums that up. As Gael coming here and being part of this, I'll say my translation of this first so I can finish on my own language, but we have a lovely phrase in Irish, that there is no strength until we come together. Ní neart Co-Whaiyl, go to Manninagh.